Bubs, what is a flex in fantasy football?
Great question, Bianca. So in fantasy football, a flex at its simplest terms is kind of like a wild card in Uno. Pretty much anything goes. So what does that mean? So it means that it's a spot on your roster where you can put a wide receiver, a running back, or a tight end. And what you're trying to do is get the most points out of that person regardless of position. But to Bianca's point, a lot of times tight ends are not going to be your best option.
What if I put Josh Allen in? He scores points.
Can't put a quarterback in, like I said, in most formats. So no, not a quarterback. Josh Allen would be great if you could put him in the flex, but not for this example.
Okay.
Flex position is kind of like your Swiss Army knife. It's somebody that you have the ability to plug in, pull out, plug in, pull out, and essentially give your lineup more
flexibility.
Yeah, I was going to say dynamicism, but that's not a word, so flexibility is a good one. It's kind of your most strategic lineup spot.
Definitely came in handy whenever players got hurt or it was their bye week. So I looked at their matchups that week, projections, and...
So basically you just kind of picked who you thought was going to score the most points.
Yeah, because scoring points is important. That's how you win.
Well, essentially when it comes to choosing who's going to go in your flex, if you have an RB who's getting touches or maybe more touches than they were at the beginning of the season, maybe the starter went down and got an injury, then that's somebody you're going to want to plug in for that week. Especially, again, looking at matchups, kind of like what Bianca said, if they're going up against somebody who's a lot easier of an opponent and gives up a lot of rushing yards, then you're definitely going to want to put that player in. Now, on the other side of the coin, if you have a wide receiver who, again, maybe is getting more receptions, getting more targets, maybe they're just scoring a lot of touchdowns. A lot of times it was matchup based. If you're going up against a team where you're assuming that they're going to give up a lot of pass yards because their run defense is really tough, again, that might be the right game to plug in that wide receiver into your flex spot.
Don't put tight ends in, unless it's last resort. They don't get a lot of points, so no.
Unless it's a last resort. So that is the one thing I can say about all of our video content. With it being the Fantasy Football Truthers, I'm just gonna, and Bianca's just gonna give it to you exactly how it is. So we don't really believe in putting a tight end into your flex position. Is that fair?
That's fair. One big tip I have regarding the flex position is, in case you have an injury Sunday night or Monday night, you're able to put another person in that position.
Meaning what?
Meaning, for example, last season, I had a running back who got injured and I was scrambling to find someone, but he was in the running back slot, so I couldn't flex him out.
So basically you didn't have any other running backs to put in
for
the Sunday night game or the Monday night game.
I only had a wide receiver and I couldn't exchange. If I had put him in the flex position, he would have been swapped out with a wide receiver.
So basically you got no points because you didn't have...
He got turf toe.
Fair enough. So if you guys have any questions during the season on who we think you should flex in to your flex spot to set yourself up to win that week, feel free to drop it in the comments of this video, our future videos, or somehow, some way, yes, any video, or find a way to message us. I'm sure there's a way somewhere, somehow. Because I know it can be really, really confusing on who to flex into your flex position or who to swap out based on matchups. I think you might have asked me...
Who do I put in my flex?
Probably about a dozen times last year.
Yes.
But it obviously worked out. And hopefully we can help you guys out win that week by putting the right person into your flex spot.
If you're still feeling overwhelmed about fantasy football, click the link down below or hit subscribe. Follow our channel for more how-to videos on fantasy football.